Week 37, traders. Just bear with me for a second. I'm trying to get my X-Men suit back on, considering last week showed my dad what I thought was correct. I gotta stick my legs in here, roll this up. Damn thing's always in the way. Okay, well, let me just explain why I'm getting this on. I seen the resistance areas from last week, and okay, got this on. Okay, let's concentrate back on what we need to. I seen the resistance area, that horrible earnings call on AG. We ended up going back up above the area where everyone got scared. Let's dive into it. I'm making this one short and sweet. I gotta go fix my privacy fence. I gotta cut the grass. Thank God I got this X-Men suit on. All this is getting done. One other thing I want to say to the guy I'm calling Al, the guy with titanium set of balls and just a brave guy. Al, last week we started off really strong, and I'm sure it brought you were relaxed a little bit. And then we finished off the week kind of shitty, and we pulled back. But what happened last week was we hit that resistance area in AG, just like I said, and then these sellers came back in. What needs to happen this week, and what I'm looking for, is a retest of that upper trend line in AG, the one that's almost a year long now. What goes up needs to come back down, retest, make sure there's support. So even though last week we started off strong, finished weak, I think this week I'm looking for a weak start, and then we're going to finish off the week very strong. And gosh, man, wait till we get to the silver futures. It just looks great. AG's daily chart, let's take a look at the big picture. Now that we got that done, let's zoom in a little bit to what's been going on recently. Let's put in the black overhead resistance line. For 2 weeks now, I've been talking about AG's price coming up and hitting there, and it looks like the X-Men suit worked again. Sorry, Dad, but it worked. Take a look at it. It's right there. And boy, did I hear about it. Labor problems and strikes and no money coming in. And for 8 months, I heard how great AG was and this new silver. And then all of a sudden, the bad earnings and everyone freaks out. Who gives a shit, guys? I'm telling you, just drop it. It's okay. Okay, so let me finish up here. Here's the circle on the bad earnings call. Here's our overhead resistance. Now, let me stick an arrow into where I think we're going to be headed next week, the start of next week. We need to come back down. This is part of the process. This is what I've witnessed in the past. We're overbought. I'm looking for AG to come back down to that $7 area. Relax, Al. I'm telling you, it's going to be okay. I got this taken care of. I'm hoping you have a little bit more confidence in me right now. Okay, so we're going to come back down. We're going to find support on that upper trend line, find support on the 20 EMA, and after that's finished, next week, towards the end of the week, I'm expecting buyers to step back in strong. And what I see is around $8.20. That's where the 200 EMA is. Look for it, guys. Next week, towards the end of next week. I love it. Silver futures daily chart. Let's take a look at the 1 year, in the past 1 year, what's happened. Here's a big picture. We got the dashed red resistance lines overhead. More recently, let's take a closer look and look how the 20 EMA has now crossed over the 200. It's coming together, guys. This is the beginning of a rally. I am expecting the buyers to start stepping in huge and take the silver futures higher. And you want to know why? Simply because there's room to do it. We have broke over resistance. All the guys with money sitting in the pits going crazy, yelling at each other, don't care nothing except making 6 digits, are now going to start buying because there is no more resistance besides what's happened in previous months, years. And they're going to just topple it. They're going to keep buying, simply because there's room. Look at the stochastics. They're embedded in the overbought area. There's nothing but buying going on right now. It's sitting right in front of your face. I don't know what to tell you, man. Let's go check the earnings. Let's see what's happening. Earnings, nothing else is going to tell you except looking at these charts. Friday's close is above Thursday. It's just showing me strength. This is not the first time I've said it. I am so confident. This is awesome. DO's daily chart. This is what you guys see. Let me show you what I think I see. Here's the oversold areas. I believe we have possibly put a double bottom in. I believe that buyers love this. I believe buyers are going to start stepping in big. But Al, I apologize. Next week might not start off that strong. Let's place some overhead resistance, what was overhead resistance in this black trend line here, the horizontal one. This was the last overbought area. We broke through it. There's the good news, okay? Settle down. I don't want to get the defibrillator. But we broke through it. The part of the process is coming back down to find support. And what do I see here? A gap. These damn gaps, especially when they're underneath us, they're not good. Never know if we're really going to fill them, but you just start believing that we're going to come down and fill those. Just count on that happening. It might save you from some heartache later on. So I believe we're going to come down, fill that gap, find support on the previous overbought area. What was resistance now becomes support. I believe that's a fact. And then buyers are going to step back into the 200, which will be the next target up. Crude oil futures daily chart. I've been talking about hitting the launch button for weeks, and I still feel the same way. Let me draw in the lower trend line that I think might be there right now. Here's the oversold areas. And look at Friday. That looks horrible. I mean, look at that candlestick. It just looked like everyone lost confidence and energy, and they're trying to get rid of it. But what if I have that trend line wrong? I'm not going to base decisions on where I put trend lines, because I can positively tell you I don't know shit. I put them in the best areas possible. I try and make sense from what I'm witnessing, and that Friday close might possibly be right on the trend line. It might be showing that it found support. We're going to have to wait till next week. I expect a little pullback in DO. There's a possibility that the crude oil futures are going to come back down to that trend line. I would expect the futures to pull back if DO is going to fill the gap. I'm not concerned about anything right now. I feel like I'm in charge. I feel like I've got a pretty good grip on what's going on, and things take time. It's okay, Al. We're going to make this through. I'm taking you to promised land, buddy. US dollar chart. Still selling. There's your update. Think it's going to continue to sell? It's still selling. The bitch is going to drop. What else can I say? I already told you where it's going. Still the same thing. Said it in December 2016. Still selling. Just to sum things up, to the guy I'm calling Al, I apologize for taking 10 years off your life with worry, but let's take a look at the AG long term. A long term, maybe a year, maybe 2 years. But when you see profits rolling in and you haven't sold and the value keeps going up and you're waking up and checking it and it's another 3%, 4%, 5% up, and it keeps adding up. Al, just hold on your horses, buddy. I got the defibrillator waiting. Just it's going to be a rough beginning the next week, but things are going to smooth out. I promise you. There's no way I can have all these coincidences happening without having some sort of feeling about what's going on into the future. Dad, just stay in the damn thing. Okay, guys, but I cannot become more confident. I've got bigger plans when I'm able to confidently show you guys that everything's been good. I'm going to tell you guys about something I have planned for the future. Just keep it in mind. It'll be good for all of us. I just have good feelings, guys. I promised you good feelings. It's on the way. You got to work at it. Things are okay. Rough start, great finish.